What's up, guys?
What's up, guys?
What's up, guys? So, Beauty and the Beast,
Kong Skull Island,
Logan,
Episode 8, Last Jedi teaser
best
trailer.
love letters to Hollywood that we've
This
ever
film
seen.
is a masterpiece. So, until the next time, goodbye.
The Meg is directed by John Turteltaub and it's starring Jason Statham, and it's about a team of underwater scientists who stumble across a prehistoric gap in the ocean layer, and they unleash a megalodon, a 100-foot long prehistoric shark that hasn't been seen since the prehistoric ages, and he's come to wreak havoc on the world. Yeah, and Jason Statham has to stop him. When I saw the trailers for this film, I thought that it was either going to be, fun, guilty pleasure material or extremely bad. And I'm very disappointed to say that it's not really either of them. It's not bad enough, to be so bad that it's good, but it's not self-aware and campy enough and funny enough for it to be guilty pleasure material. It's just sort of in between. Can't really commit to what it wants to be. But I'll start with the things I liked. Jason Statham, obviously, is the best part of the film. When I first heard the premise for this film, it sounded like, in Spy, which I think is Jason Statham's best role ever, he's just hilarious in it, when his character is just sort of like making up all these stories that he had. He's ripped his arm off and he's reattached it with the other arm. He's seen the woman he's loved pushed out of a plane and hit by another plane mid-air. He's done underground drug smuggling, poison ingesting contests. This film sounded like one of those things that his character said in Spy. Like, oh, I punched a megalodon mid-air with a giant fork riding a submarine. That's an actual scene that happens in the film. But yeah, it just seemed like a funny thing for Jason Statham to be in. He is the best part of the film. He knows exactly what kind of film he's in. It always looks like he's sort of winking to the camera. He knows what he's doing, and it's not really a groundbreaking Jason Statham role, but he actually gets to show off his swimming abilities, because if you didn't know this fact about Jason Statham, he was going to be an Olympic swimmer, but he had an injury, and that's what gave him free time to get into acting. So yeah, he does actually get to swim in this film, and he's definitely by far the best part of the film. The rest of the supporting cast, I could care less about. They're not real characters. They say some funny one-off lines, but I really couldn't care less if any of them died. And, in a shark movie, sure, there are supposed to be characters that get killed off, but you're at least supposed to care somewhat. I was actually interested to see how these characters would get killed off, and I really didn't care that much at all about them. The Meg itself, the CGI is actually pretty great, actually. I never noticed it, and the thing is with CGI, you never notice it when it's good, but you always notice it when it's bad. And it blended in really well with the actual scenery that they shot on location. So Jason Statham and the Meg, the two major parts of the film, they're all right. And there are actually some exciting sequences in the second act when they're chasing after the shark. It does pick up. And the early scenes with the actual underwater exploration, I really like those as well. The tense Meg chasing the submarine and banging into the submarine scenes. I really enjoyed those. After that, it really has nowhere to go in the third act, and that's where I really didn't really enjoy it. It goes into this huge beach area. Picture Jaws. Jaws is basically the third act of this film, except the Meg is PG-13. You can't see any blood. Basically, nobody explicitly gets killed in the third act, and that was disappointing. It's a giant shark movie. You want to see some brutal deaths, and you don't get those because it was PG-13. Apparently there's an R-rated cut of the Meg somewhere out there in existence, and I really would have loved to see that. I really thought the film would have benefited from being R-rated, so you would have got a bit more gory, gruesome stuff to counteract the humour. And that's just the main flaw that I have with the Meg. It doesn't know what it wants to be. It isn't gory. It's very lightweight with its kills, and sometimes it tries to be serious with characters they really don't care about. So it's funny when it tries to be serious, and that's really what harms it. It isn't fun enough to be a guilty pleasure film, but it does have enough good moments for it to not be so bad it's good, as I said. Yeah, so the script is the major problem. It runs out of places to go. I don't really like the Meg that much. I'm going to give the Meg a C. See it if you're a big Jason Statham fan, but other than that, don't really bother. So, those are my thoughts on the Meg. If you guys have seen it, let me know what you thought. Like, comment, subscribe, whatever you want to do. And until the next time, goodbye.